Hi, I'm Tom Fleming. This is Introduction to Broadcasting, Chapter 1, Journal Entry 2, regarding the 10 questions at the end of the chapter. The first one, about 6 hours a day. I've added it up. I think that's a reasonable estimate of how I've been exposed to electronic media, which is certainly a couple hours or so less than I did prior to enrolling in class, or would have been closer to 8 or 9, which is quite a bit, I know. The question about cultural icons and pop culture figures. When it comes to music, not really at all. I know their names maybe because pop culture is so pervasive, but I'm really not a big music fan, so I don't follow those. Hollywood, I know a good share. I go to my share of movies, and again, that's everywhere. It's hard to turn on anything without encountering a Hollywood star. Sports figures, I like to think I know most of them. I keep up with college, pro, all the sports up and down. So that I would be very familiar with those icons, and so comes very much through that vein. In that my fellow sports fans and we talk about and debate, the various merits of athletes and teams, and we have new stories come out, new opinions are put out there, and we all sort of get them at the same time. So that's sort of nice to see how we can react. Gives us a common base. As far as the cultural and electronic media, yes, definitely. Just like TV was when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, at least we'd always heard that the Russians and people in Eastern Europe thought, America was all like Happy Days, or America was like Cheers, or Dukes of Hazzard. I think that's very much the case. Probably less so as the electronic media gets more sophisticated and people can really see for themselves. Now, as far as the electronic media coverage of celebrities is listening and reading or enough, I don't seek it out. I do think that I'm not sure what the question was really looking for. I mean, the alternative to, listening or hearing much similar in the celebrity realm. Could be wrong about that. Just always struck me as sort of an Inquirer, Star Magazine sort of thing. Now, has it influenced me, given the samples in the book? I would say certainly the new words or phrases or terms. Almost every week I have to go look something up, or have to really sit and think about what that word or abbreviation or acronym could possibly mean. Sometimes can't figure. Also great for the awareness of distant cultures, as given as an example. To me, it's always been fascinating that you can be all on the same planet, just be a few thousand miles away from any one point to another, and you could be almost like on a different planet. Just lives in the world is so much different. I think that's fascinating, and it's interesting to have real-time access and a real look inside places halfway across the world. College students different because certainly different. I think in the way they do their work and the way they interact with each other and with the school itself. When I was young, when I was first in college, having a processor, that was probably the height of technology for a classroom, or for a dorm room. If you had one of those, you were the king of reports in technology. Nowadays, the kids in my classes seem to transition from real life to phone to computer, back and forth interchangeably. It's all one thing to them. And studying electronic media can be beneficial in everyday life, as it says in the book. I mean, even already learning about the commercials and how exactly, always knowing they're trying to do something, but it's interesting to be able to break down how they're trying to influence me in one part, get my attention here, whether they want what they want me to think, as the commercial progresses. Already I've found that interesting, and I'm sure it'll help me determine, to be a better consumer probably. As far as it being part of my career plans, I'd love it to be. I've always been interested in mass communication, and like I said, sports is really where my concentration has been, but the more I learn about it, the more aspects of it I see, the more of them appeal to me. So hopefully, and if not, it's still going to be part of my life. It's part of everyone's life. Electronic media is everywhere, so the more I know about it, the better. So that's great. Thank you.